Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I think I'm live. What's up, everybody? Okay, so welcome to the stream. And the stream, it's if you've never seen me before, I'm Albin. Hello, and I work with Ben at Second Dynasty. We make and print 3D printable spaceships that you use for tabletop role-playing games. Sci-fi stuff, fun stuff, cool stuff. And yes, oh my god, Shergol is confirming that we can all see and hear me. I'm so sorry for you, and I'm happy for me. First of all, happy Friday. Oh, that hit the spot. There is something very interesting going on at my mini factory, and you can probably see it behind me. There is a little bit of stuff on the whiteboard. It's a summer sale on my mini factory, and if you write summer 2025 as a keyword, you get, I think it's 40% off our public library. So it's not for tribes and stuff like that, but it's for a lot of super cool stuff. And I'm just gonna copy a link and drop it right here. Welcome to the insanity. Just gonna copy the text of the Ben here and send it in the chat. And you can also find this in the description below. And what are we about to do today? Well, that is a very good... Hello, Clive. Welcome. Very good question. First of all, I want to show you something. Let's see now. Shift 3, I think. I need to check in OBS as well. Whoa. Build plates. I got one. Oh yeah. Filled with super cool grates that Ben has produced. So you can see through them. I hope he has shown this before. But this is stuff that's gonna be on the what you call it, frontier, the Expendable frontier, where we have created our own setting, basically. It is very inspired by Aliens movie, but basically it's supposed to be compatible with one-page rules, and we are gonna drop some scenarios and stuff like that, and of course super cool tiles, and we'll get right into that in a moment. Oh yeah, cool. Nice to get to nice to that you are telling me this, Shergol. That they have been shown before, but I mean they are really nice. And we also got some desert rocky terrain. Oh yeah, look at that. And listen to it. Nice. We also got a little weird plate with a bunch of triangles, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with this, because I'm trying to learn OBS and how stuff works, and I've figured out that you can actually add a second camera. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that. What's up with this? So I'm thinking I'm just gonna show you when I install a few tiles, and you can see here where this is like a premonition, we call it maybe, of one of the scenarios, kind of, maybe. I mean, it depends on how you play, of course, but a little bit of a tease. And lately we've been printing the corridors. That's the latest stuff we've been doing, and they look so freaking cool. And before we start anything, I'm gonna go to which scene is it? This is not right. Maybe we do it like this. and that, and that. I'm just gonna run a little video that I made, a short that you can watch on our channel. I don't think you can hear the music, or there is no music. It's just ASMR for print people. But this is what we're talking about here. That's what we've been working with the last week. Multi-material printing for the corridor. And here you can see me doing some magic stuff with editing, and it looks freaking horrible, but fun. So I really like how you can slot in things like that, and then that allows you to do, I mean, if you don't have a multi-material printer, you can print multiple different materials still, since it's in different pieces. So that's a very cool feature, I think, of the corridor pieces. And now I just need to reset everything that I removed, like that. Oh, we don't need that one right now. Anyway, so I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna move my mic so you can hear me from the other side. Ooh. And I'm just gonna bring some tiles with me. And now I will not be able to see what is going on the stream, unfortunately. Oh shit, I moved my camera. I made some tags on the floor though, so I hope this is still correct. Ah! This is when I destroy everything here. But these are the tiles, one set of tiles that are supposed to be the rocky terrain feature that we're incorporating. And this one is solid color. We have done some testings before with basically you let the sand layer, I don't have no clue if this shows up properly, that's on top, print with one layer extra below it in the same color, and then you get a transparency effect that shines through to the material in the bottom, basically. John has done some super cool stuff with it, so he probably knows exactly how you do it, but this is just a standard setup right there. And these ones, I'm not sure where they go at the moment, but I'm just gonna plop them down like that so you can see how you build your own desert with the GridForge system. There we go. One plate down. And I think, I'm not quite sure where we wanted the grates. I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit here. This is also a really cool thing that everyone here already knows, I guess, but I was surprised when you use mouse ears. They are super easy to peel off, and you get a crisp result. And usually, I think we stop a little bit here, but usually you don't need to run a bevel tool around it. Not sure if you call it like that in English. It might be something else. Oh, this was a bit more messy than I thought, actually. Should probably have prepared this before I started to stream. Anyway, here we go. So, something that's kind of interesting with these as well is that Ben has hollowed out the interior of the base of the GridForge tiles, which lets light shine straight through it. And we have some pictures that we put on our Discord that actually shows this in action, and it looks super nice. I mean, we're moving more and more towards making a, I think at least, making a, what do you call it, stop motion movie, something like that. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from all the materials here. So that one should probably go down there. I think we need to replace a tile over here somewhere. And I'm just gonna show you for the corners. Oh yeah, hello baby. I think this is the outer corner. Oh man, John's gonna hate this if he sees me plating this. So basically what you get is these little triangles that you need to clean up, like that. Oop. And then you grab the corridor corner pieces. We could go with this one, I think, without ruining everything. So it's like printed in a metallic, and then we have multi-material inserts. We showed it in the short earlier, but you can slide them in and out like that. And you can fasten them with a supported clip as well if you want to. And on the back side, I might flip this. Oh yeah. So you have these triangular pieces that you can have in another color. In this case we have a darker gray, I like a titanium gray, and you push it into place like that. And then you have the other one, so there's like two sides. Oh, I'll grab from the same side. That's a bit of an issue, I guess, knowing which one it is. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's not clicking on that one. That's weird. Anyway, so you get this result here. And you might want to glue that one, I guess, because I think I've worn the friction out on that one, unfortunately. So you get that, and then you put it into place. Oh no. Yeah. And then you do that for all the corners and stuff like that. Great. And over here you can see Maddie Walker, I think she's called, and our power loader facing off some kind of alien, and the Airbus shuttle. Yeah, and the whole shebang basically. Oh, thank you for confirming, Doug, that it's the bevel tool that I'm trying to talk about. Here we go. We're back. Back by the computer. Oh my god. High octane stuff today. Let's see now. What you said. Good morning from Ottawa. Hello Brian, welcome. Great setup, makes me think of Space. Oh yeah, Space Hawk, that's something you could play as well. Definitely. But they use like 32mm scale, I guess, isn't it? But basically everything here is in inches, so that should work perfectly fine. The trick on these is to change the filament for only the last layer, or for the rocks. There's one layer in particular you make the sand color. That coming from Sherville. Thanks for the information. Yeah, so that's what we got here. And I also want to show what I've been working on. Oh, that's not how you do it. You turn off the ring camera. Oh, welcome back to Maya. It's getting there. I can smell it. It might be me, but I think it's getting close to being finished. Basically what we got here is what do you call it? The mid sections for the mission module of the Ratatosk. And I've installed some open lock supported clips. Let's just look at the 5th layer here. So, oh, still got that one as well. Should probably delete that because that's legacy stuff. So basically what we got here is a D shape, woo, a boomerang kind of, and you can have it for cargo, but there is a few sections or holes or booleans for supported clips that you can use to install flooring as well if you want to. And I'm thinking you mainly probably want a 3x3 here, for example, and I left it open, like an open shaft along the sides. You can traverse the geometry. That's a lot of stuff. Can I maybe hide some of it? Yeah, so you can use the same system that we use everywhere else, I guess, in this campaign to design your own interior floors for your own needs, so to speak. So this is the internal pattern that I came up with and finalized. So I showed you last week kind of how I adjusted this pattern, and because it was an odd width that is not non-existent in the rest of the ships, basically. And I ended up actually reusing stuff and shuffling them around for a more quicker result. And I had to shuffle around a bit with all the patterns here, basically. And I actually found these patterns as well, the more squared off ones, that was perfectly suitable for the corners closest to the ship. But I'm just going to show you quickly in the camera what I've been printing. Here we go. So this, as you can see, is the midsections. They are quite big, actually. It's like a whole new ship almost. Massive stuff. And I need to, well, that's like a prototype, so there's gonna be paddles on the inside here as well. So I've made, it's difficult to get a good lighting here. I've made like a cat walkway around the airlock. That's because the airlock has a few points on the sides where it needs attachment in order for it to function in a layer or in a deck, basically. So I needed to construct a type of floor that allows it to be installed properly and fit snugly. So you get 2 entrances in the middle section, and then we're gonna make the top floor and the bottom floor. I've mocked out the bottom and the top, but the top is being changed quite a bit from how I intended. Oh, shoo. Here we go. I hope you have heard anything I've said. If you want still listening, the top has been adjusted a little bit from last time. So we should probably have a look at that. In order to do that, I need to go back into OBS and oh, thank you, dog. Change my setting here. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's bound to as soon as you add complexity, like me moving a mic or something like that, I'm going to forget stuff. And I'm glad that this Röde mic actually, I'm not sure what you call it, but it picks up a larger cone, basically. So you can use it for rooms and stuff like that. And luckily it seems to have worked in this case. Anyway, so the midsections, they are printable, and we will soon release them, I guess, together with the rest of the ship. But today I thought we might have a look at the top layer. So I've started a little bit here, and we can see that there is an added slant here, for example, in 3 directions that weren't there before, and that's because I had to shuffle around the size of the module a little bit. And Ben suggested that maybe we could do a taper, and I think it looks a lot better actually, and I didn't have to do too much with the topmost lid, or whatever you call it, in order to make it fit. So I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be a real cool model in the end. I should actually add a picture of it attached to the Ratatosca, I think, because it is very big. But here we go. So, last time I worked on this, I mocked up the exterior panels, and I cut them up according to previous panels as well. So I think we want to do that. Thank you, Soul Spirit. I'm so happy that you look forward to this. It's been, I mean, I get quite surprised how complex boxes, glorified boxes, can be to model and get them printable. They, on paper, feels like they should be super easy, but then you add complexities, and they need to interact with each other, different sides and stuff like that. Anyway, so I'm thinking angle select 30 degrees I've set it to. That usually allows me to select big swatches that I want to, for example, cut up or something like that. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna look at the top here and cut along. And we go from the front camera to do that. So basically what I want to do is go to object mode, isolate select, and I can actually turn off the grid because I'm not using the actual grid in this case. I'm using the existing geometry. Ctrl-Shift-X for opening the multi-cut tool, which is very useful, and I think I've set it to not extracting faces, which should prove quite useful in not splitting everything up. So what I want to do at first here is to, that is funny. Okay. Snap to vertices, like that. Middle click, holding Shift, middle click and drag, and right click to confirm the cut. That's weird. It should not actually be on a slant like that. So it looks like it missed of some reason. So what you can do is snap the vertices like that in the transformation tool. It used to be on the safe side. You can scale it in X in this case to actually make sure that it's a completely straight line. And then we go for the next line, holding Shift and middle mouse click on the vertices. Not Shift, I meant V. Drag, right click to confirm. Then I'm just gonna go through here and do that for everything that we got here. And as I mentioned earlier, a summer sale is going on. So if you go to my mini factory, you should be able to get, I think it's a 40% discount on our public library. So that does not include, what do you call it, tribes and stuff like that, but a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, like that. Looking swell. Well, you can't really tell yet what's going on, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna think like how you build a brick house or Lego or something like that. That we're gonna select faces that are next to each other to make a tile, or I think the lore is like ceramic plates or something like that. And we basically select them in a pattern like this. Not like that. We need an offset in order for it to extrude properly. So usually what you would do is select here as well, but we don't want this facet and that facet to extrude together. I'm just going to show you quickly. So if I extrude like this, oh shoot, like that. I think I selected something weird. I need to have a look at what's going on here. But basically we see that we get a full solid seam all across here, and that's not what we want. And you can sometimes just turn off the keep faces together. That works perfectly well. But the thing is, if we wanted to use it like that, we need to cut the specific tiles that we want beforehand. That's why it messed up. And if we do it like this instead, I can set up the grid that we're gonna extrude along, and just go ahead and do it in sections instead. So there are a lot of different, more convenient ways to do this, I guess, but don't underestimate the manual process, I would say. So here is something interesting. You see how it lines up with the top layer like that? That means this is not correct. And that is probably because this corner here is duplicated from below. This is actually quite interesting. Well, I guess it depends on how you define interesting, but I think something is wrong. What is going on here? So if we were to look at this, so that floor is, or should be correct at least. What? Never mind. I'm just going to do it like that and change it to an untone mapping. So if we look at the pattern here, we see it's switching between the layers all along the top. So this one should be correct. That makes you wonder what's going on here. So this should be correct as well. So we should start on a 2 here. But why is it a 2 there? That's frustrating. So what could have happened, I guess, is that I probably changed around the geometry a bit and changed the shape. Default definition of interesting in my head is, oh god, we're all going to die. Okay, that sounds quite stressful. Yeah, I can't say I disagree with you though. Man, coffee. I love that we got to inherit the coffee machine of the parents of Hannes, one of the mates in the office here, because it like makes super nice coffee, and it almost becomes difficult to drink normal coffee after that, I find it, but I still love it a lot. So it's like a big machine that just makes hellish noises while it winds up, and it's quite scary sounding, but you can definitely handle it when you get that kind of result. So I'm thinking like this. I'm gonna see if I... Okay, here we go. Select these... What's going on? These faces like that, or maybe do it like this instead. And go to an orthographic view where I can have a look-see. Maybe I should change it to the back stand. Then I can cut along this one, because what I'm doing right now, since this was a weird result that I didn't expect, I'm gonna cut this one up, because the pattern when it comes to the straight cuts doesn't really matter, honestly. I need to figure out where the error occurs though. So I'm thinking that probably it happens up here, but this might help me check it. So I'm gonna do what we did before. And snap the vertices if I can. Like that. And start cutting away. Whew. Stop stealing Wash's definitions, camouflage. Feel free to tell me what reference that is, because I'm not quite sure. That's kind of a big issue I have, actually. My memory is kind of weird. Oh, Firefly! I love that show. Loved. I haven't seen it in several years, and all the details and stuff like that kind of vanish for me over time. I mean, if I watch a movie that I like, oh, come on. I remember stuff the first couple of days, maybe a week, and then that's interesting. Unfortunately, next week I forget like major things, but I start to forget major things at least. What's going on here? I need the midpoint here. So, oh, there's a hole there as well. In order for me to cut here, this is like a detail we made in the paneling. That's like a framework. I think it really comes from the ladder on the exterior. And since it's split in 3 here, you don't get a middle point, so I basically need to cut it in the middle, like that, to actually get something to snap along. Here we go. Yeah, it's from the movie. Oh, I haven't seen the movie. I only watched the series, the TV show. How do reavers clean their harpoons? They put them through the wash. That's kind of painful. Too soon. Albin, wash, burn. This is gonna get pretty interesting, Captain Malcolm Reynolds. Define interesting. Albin, wash, burn. Oh god, we're all gonna die. Aha. Thank you for reminding me to re-watch a awesome show and then get super depressed that they didn't continue to make more episodes. I should probably definitely watch the movie though, I feel. There are a lot of stuff I should do and watch, but that's the other issue with my freaking memory, that I tend to forget these things as well. So I have like a little digital setup on my phone where I write stuff down, like movies I need to watch and stuff like that. Okay, something is wrong with the cut tool. Sometimes it becomes what you call it, erroneous, bugged out in Maya, depending on what viewpoint you're in. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a poke face instead of a split, because the poke face it takes a full facet or a full face like that, and then it triangulates it with a vertex point in the middle. So that's a cheat way to get the middle point if the multi-cut tool doesn't want to work. Let's see now. Tamsin, technically late. I posted a joke first. Mohaha, yeah. it's so fun with all the bantering and jokes in this chat. You have a lot of funny takes and humor and stuff like that. Especially Blasted and Shergol. But man, I'm so weak to Shergol stuff because I love dad jokes. I'm not that great at doing them, and I get so surprised seeing that other people will do them as well. So I don't realize usually that it is a joke at first, and then I feel stupid. Okay, so here's something interesting. I think at least the matchup here is kind of weird. I kind of assume it should be like hitting the corner when I cut like that. So that kind of tells me that something funky is going on up here. Sure, there's a 4th season of Resident Alien I need to watch yet. What? 4 seasons? I thought they just started that show just recently. What? Oh man. I need to get back on the train. This is the captain. We have a little problem with our entry sequence, so we may experience some slight turbulence and then explode. Oh my god. Everyone's got somebody. Wash. Tell me I'm pretty. Wash. Well, I unwed. I would take you in a manly fashion. 'Cause I'm pretty? 'Cause you're pretty. Okay. The most depressing thing about Firefly was how much a human Josh Wendon turned out to be. Wah, wah. Doot, doot. World is full of buttholes. So, yeah, we have that issue. I mean, I shouldn't really be surprised that it's repeating like that. So, I'm just gonna go with this setup. I'm just gonna extrude here. So, we have the settings for this extrude is 0.3 in thickness and 0.3 in offset. And I think if you were to use Blender, you would control inset faces to get the same functionality. I have to say, actually, this is one of the few instances where Maya has a better setup or a better workflow for using the modeling tools. That is one of the very rare occasions, though. I think that's correct. And I'm just gonna repeat it along here, and then I'm gonna remake that face. So you can also, if you want to, drag select if you hold the tab key in Maya, which is very useful. Oh my gosh. Like that. And if I wanted to continuously repeat that specific extrude, I can if I want to do it like this. I'm just gonna check to see where we got the remaining tiles. So I could select it like, let's say I do this row. Instead of doing the shortcut that I usually do, is that I'm gonna go into the settings for the extrude face. Usually I use the shortcut to invoke the action, and then it's like bare bones settings, or the last settings used from the options. So if I go into the options straight ahead, I can set them up to be repeatable. So I can set the offset and the thickness to 0.3 and then apply. So as you can see, I get the same result here as I did previously. And you can see it in the dialogue option here, that they pop up and they are the same. And then I can just select the remaining faces like this and press G. And I get exactly the same stuff that I wanted earlier, or used earlier. So there was some comments here. The most depressing thing, oh yeah, I'm going to still prefer Blender to Maya, but much of that is the price point. Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of good stuff going on in Blender. Not the least is the price point, of course. Blender being free and all. And I mean, it's so cool that you can like sculpt and you can texture and you can even cut movies. I actually did try some video editing in Blender on my spare time, and I think someone has made like a plugin that's making Blender almost rivaling Premiere, which is freaking insane. If I had more energy and time, I would kind of want to try that out a bit more. Maybe I should try that for one of the shorts that we've been making lately. By the way, what did you think about the short? Feel free to comment in the chat. Maybe you should do that in the... Yeah, Adobe, god damn it. Freaking mess. John tells Ben that Blender is better, but it's the learning time that puts off from switching. Yeah, absolutely. I feel the exact same way as Ben when it comes to that point. Oh shit. I try to incorporate the Blender in small ways, but it is difficult for me to, because you get to a point where you expect a certain speed to do certain things, and when you have to find all those things and how you do them, and just that transition takes time, and a lot of stuff you can probably do quite a lot faster in Blender, but a lot of other stuff you can do faster in Maya. So it's going to be a bit of a trade-off as well. And knowing that cut-off point or whatever, you don't really do that until you start to actually explore it. But that takes effort and time, and in our case, time is unfortunately money. Which is kind of, I mean, I shouldn't be complaining at all, because what I get to do for a living is freaking wonderful. But yeah, that is still a point that everyone needs to consider, I guess. And you've heard this Ben talk about this before, so I'm not gonna blow a hole in your brains reiterating that stuff. 50 degrees. Oh, that's not right. That should be 45. That was incorrect. I thought it was weird. Let's see now. I'll have to look for that plugin. I'm also boycotting Adobe too. Yeah. Exactly. It's not great that they get to practice their AI on your content, basically, without you being able to, what do you call it? Vet out of it, I guess. I'm not sure if that's how you say it in English. That's not how we say it in Swedish, but yeah. When I'm talking, you have to fill in the blanks in my English, I guess. Oh, thank you, Shogal. That's great to hear. I spent some time, unfortunately a bit too much time, shooting and editing it, but it was fun. It was fun. I just need to find out a good way to cut down the time I spend and still get a pleasant video. And I think I probably need to look more at what John has been producing and emulate that, because he is really very good at creating good, useful content in a timely fashion. 45 degrees. Okay. OPT out. OPT. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry. The title of the short is a little confusing, making me expect it to be about the mission module. Otherwise, aha! The mission module is what we call the Bell expansion in the AC fleet. Yeah. It becomes a bit confusing in that context since it's along with the stream. I'm thinking it should be when it's on its own legs, so to speak. It's not gonna be attached to this stream, so it should be as a free-floating short. So the idea is that you're gonna think about it as part of the Expendables rather than the AC fleet. But that's a good point. I didn't think about that at all, actually. Okay. What I said okay to is opt out. That's a good word that I forgot about. Okay, let's see now. We're gonna do this, that, rotate 45 degrees, and cut this panel as well. Like that. How's the stream coming along? Oh, I'm quite low in the camera. I didn't notice that. I'm probably leaning forward too much. Yeah, exactly. So that's the point about the Adobe, that you can't opt out of them training on your stuff. And I mean, they made some kind of statement afterwards that this was not quite what they meant, but their terms of service, and rewrote it. But still, I don't trust them. And they also, in this same mess, had this cancellation fee. So that the fact that you have to sign up for 1 full year and still has like a cancellation fee on top of that, if you want to end your subscription, I find it predatory is one thing you could call it, I guess. And here you get to see why it was so useful to setting up the settings for the extrude. So I could just press the short cut for extrude, and it gets the proper sizes that I want for it. Exactly, I agree with you, Blasted. Man, the subscriptions. I'm so glad that you guys are on our tribes, because that makes our whole world a bunch better. And I also am super appreciative of it, because me personally, I find it so difficult to take part of these digital subscription models, but that's mainly for tools, because in my head that's software, and software you buy and you own. And then you have like the scenario where you have like, is it Nintendo that did this? That the new Switch console, basically you don't own it anymore, so you actually don't own the hardware, which is completely insane to me. And instead you are technically renting it, basically, and that allows them to basically brick your console in case of if you were to, for example, run ROMs and emulators and stuff on it. I mean, that principle is so depressing. It feels like late stage capitalism, I guess. Man, I should not be political on stream. I'm sorry about that. Speaking of predatory, does everyone know that I make wood tiles for GridForge? You can put some old world charm to your high-tech spaceships. Oh, nice! That sounds awesome. I think I've seen it now that we're talking about it. It's so cool to see GridForge growing as a concept. Because it makes so much sense, I think, as well. I remember when John was developing it, and we had it here in the studio, and we were talking about it and looking at different similar stuff. And something that was quite apparent was, I can't remember what they're called, but it was like a similar tile, but they were like cubes, like super thick tiles with what do you call it, detailing on top of, like terrains and stuff like that. And in my head it's like, man, you need to print so much stuff, waste like hours getting the filling for creating a top surface which contains all the details, and to see John develop this system instead with the grids and stuff like that, so much better. That makes way more sense, I think. And the reusability, like creating the grids as a recurring element, basically inventing the nail, so to speak, is very good, I think. And I am so happy to see that you made the stuff for the GridForge, Blasted. Is it morally wrong when you are Nintendo then? I don't know, maybe not. I use some of Launch wooden ties in my luxury cabin. They look really good, from Doug. That's great to hear. Churgal. Unless the service actually costs the provider something every time you use it. Exactly. And you have servers, and you have like transfers of data in some way. So you need to interact with the provider. That's like a completely different scenario in my mind. That's like when, for example, if you have like online games or something like that, then it makes kind of a bit more sense, because the cost becomes running the servers, for example. Let's see now. Doug Jeffries. Thanks, Doug. Please post pictures on my mini factory if you are comfortable with that, said Blasted. And that was the wood tiles, I think, right? And Doug also said that Bang made some wooden GridForge tiles as well, but some of us is bigger and more interesting. Oh, shots fired! Yeah, Ben's were teak for a yacht. It's $5 for the wood tiles before summer discount, said Blasted. I always thought a subscription for feature updates, not security fixes, made sense for people to opt into. Yeah. Because then it's like a continuous development of the tool, for example. I can see that makes sense. I mean, you kind of spoiled as well. When I tried ZBrush, this is like several years ago. It's almost 10 years ago. Oh Jesus. Maybe like 7 or something like that. And they still had the subscription, not the subscription, but the perpetual license. So you basically bought ZBrush once, and you owned updates perpetually, which is kind of bonkers. If you, I mean, because they release updates and new versions every year and several times a year. So that makes you wonder how the fridge are they actually managing to survive on it. And it's like the best sculpting tool, digital sculpting tool there is. And then I think it's like 3 years ago or something like that. It might be around the COVID. They changed it to, well, they basically removed the perpetual license. And yeah, I mean, oh, that's not right. I got a bit grumpy about it, but that's just because I forget the insane service I got from it beforehand. And if you bought those earlier, you still got that license, I guess. I'm all for companies making a profit, but not at the expense of the consumer. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the situation the whole world is in right now, I think. That we are like, what do you call it? Basically, the hunt for profits is, and it's like limitless profits doesn't make sense when you live in a system or a world with bounds. I mean, you can't extract more gold from the ground than gold that exists, basically. So it is a weird system that we have created for ourselves with infinite profit systems. I don't understand really how it's working, so I shouldn't talk too much about it, I guess. Okay. I found Cat is Lost Kickstarter, The Training Grounds, has a few varieties of exterior GridForge tiles. Her next one will have many more interior details. Awesome, that's great to hear. I found a lot of the GridForge floors tiles benefit greatly from 2 colors. Black on the bottom and light gray on the top most places. Man, holy smokes. I talked about this with some other people in the office this morning, actually. Because usually we printed everything in gray, and then I had to prime everything and paint the exteriors with an airbrush. And Liselott did the interiors with detailing. Imagine like if you have several hundred tiles or parts, and they have like monitors, and then they have also warning stripes and cables and buttons and stuff like that. Oh man, I could spend 2 weeks just painting, and now we just get it straight from the freaking printer. It's insane. I love it so much. It's so fun. I had this really awesome feeling when I got into the office this morning, and John, I didn't mean John, I meant Ben, had been here after his gym session and installed some more tiles for the... I can actually show you on the other camera, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you see in the middle section of the corridors where there are two guys standing and aiming into the wall, I guess, like the U-turn. They were not there when I left last evening, and came back in, and I saw everything assembled in colors, and I can see it from far away, and it was like, man, this is like a proper product that you could like just ship, and you don't need to paint anything. If you want to, you could probably add some grime and stuff like that, but it's like, this works straight out of the printer. So cool. I really love it. And I'm reading some more here. Benefit from 2 colors. Yeah, exactly. That looks super nice. And as well, you don't even need a multi-printer. You could just, like I did with, or we did, Ben and I did, I guess, with the floor tiles that I showed you earlier. I'm just gonna show, is it Shift F1? So it's not super easy to tell, I guess, but there is a darker underside, and the top is a brighter silver. So you get contrast from the top strands, or the grating contrasting towards the base, basically. So it creates a lot of more depth, like instantly. It's super nice. So Griffin. Yeah, man, I'll happily pay a subscription to support an artist or an ongoing service like service from an MMO. But for software, nah, man, it's a product. Buy once, maybe a lesser charge for an opt-in update. Yeah. Thanks for supporting artists. Thank you. I had a license for another sculpting program, and they had a semi-perpetual. You get all the updates in that version number. 2.1, 0.2. But would you like to upgrade by again at version 3? That's okay, I think. Yeah, that's kind of how Redshift did it with their what do you call it? The render engine, the GPU-based render engine that we used to use earlier. So they had like, version 5, and this year you get all these features, and you get updates for 1 year if you buy now. But the next version you need to buy a new opt-in update at a rebate. I think they used to do it at like 50% or something like that. Very, very nice. Very nice. That's giving a Kalashnikov to never mind. Must have been lots of new sales funding the ongoing research, but once the market is saturated, there is no way for them to finance more. Exactly. That's exactly how it works. And I mean, shifting from creating this, it's kind of smart that what they've done actually, ZBrush, that they create the market basically, and they don't have a monopoly, not at all, but they created a super large market share, and then when it was saturated, they had to switch to a subscription or other services to get a continuous stream of revenue. Otherwise, they would perish. Griffin agrees with Sam of Launch. Ongoing development does still cost them money. Exactly. Not Ben, it's the GridForge elves. Those look like they cast gnarly shadows. The preview reel barely gives us a taste. You only look at top shot and not at all shot, live shot. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me, man. And I actually showing it on the stream as well. Sorry about that. I had no clue that this was a thing you had to. That's like makes me think of Instagram. Man, I do severely suck at social media, unfortunately. I'm trying to get better, trying to release reels and stuff like that weekly at the moment. But something's calling on my phone. One of the things that I've noticed is that you actually have to switch your feed from suggested to my own subscriptions. I didn't realize that. I was like, man, why am I not seeing stuff from this 3D artist or other creators? And I haven't seen it in months, and it turns out like, yeah, I need to actually manually shift the feed, which is quite annoying. Okay, so what do we have here then? This face is probably incorrect, if I can tell it. So what we want to do is select this edge here. Oh, you can't select that one. You have to do it like this. I'm just gonna cut everything out. Like this. It's a bit of a mess, but it will work, I think. Maybe this might be kind of stupid actually, now that I think about it. Because this has already been split up. I'm just gonna do this instead. I'm gonna select the faces like this. And if we expand, I think I'm thinking correctly. And switch to, no, we do like this instead. And then we expand. Perfect. Almost at least. So what I did here was that I selected the faces, converted the selection to face from faces to edges, and expanded the selection, which allowed me to get the canvas as well, so I could create a new grid and not being forced to delete everything. So not new grid, I could reuse the bases for the grid basically. So that's way faster. And now I can basically leave the select the whole face tool and extrude like that. Oh, what happened? Something's weird. Sometimes you need to delete history and stuff like that when you're modeling in Maya, which is kind of weird, but I got shortcuts for it, so it's okay. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I probably need to have a look how this is going to turn out as well. Okay. I wonder how long it will take Albin to spot that he's gone over the hour. Oh, dang! I'm sorry. If Albin is going to read all the comments out loud. I'm not a pheasant plucker. I'm a pheasant plucker son. And I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant's plucker comes. Man, I guess if you cut that together and I say it faster, it sounds not safe for work. But I'm not gonna do it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Social media can be a fantastic tool. It can also be an addictive nightmare that messes with your life. Yes. I agree on that. And now I probably need to end the stream. But thank you so much for joining me in this mess. And I hope you have a lovely Friday. And I also want to leave you with a reminder that there is a sale going on. And on my mini factory, and I'm gonna leave the link in the chat right there. And if you write the, I'm just gonna copy the comment that Ben made previously, like this. So summer 2025 will get you a discount. Applies to the store, but not Frontier's Pledge Manager or Tribes. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. And now I'm trying to figure out how I end the stream.